Hey, hey, welcome or welcome back. It is as always good to see you today. Hopefully you can hear me. I've been having mic issues. I dropped my other mic the other day and it's not working at the moment. It says it is, but it's not. So we're back to using my wireless Go and I'm hoping that you can hear me. So we're going to do a quick check. Um, and it doesn't appear that you can. So we're going to see if we can fix that. Um, hmm. I'm just having a lot of issues. Okay. Mic issues. We're going to see if I can monitor an output. It should work. Hello, Mars. Don't know if you can hear me. I don't think you can. Let me see if I can fix it. Let me see. It's like none of my inputs are working at the moment. It says it is, but it lies. Okay. Properties. Yeah, it says it's working. You can hear me only in the left ear. Okay, let me fix that. Down mix to mono. Okay, you should hear me in both now. Okay, because I can't hear on the YouTube channel. But if you guys can hear me, that's fine. Let me see if I can hear Amberlynn. Okay, I can hear Amberlynn. So, okay. So if you guys... Okay, there we go. Now I can hear myself. Okay. All right. Okay, good, good. Oh, you know what? If it was only coming out of the left side, I'm deaf in my left ear. So if it was only coming out of the left side, of course I'm not going to hear it. I don't usually have the left earbud on, but I was trying to get the microphone on my earbuds to work. So yeah. So if you could only hear me out of the left side, no wonder I couldn't hear myself because I'm fucking deaf in my left ear. All right. Anyway, hello Mars. Hello, it's Chris. Hello Scythe. Hello Fiona's mom. Thank you all for being here. I'm gonna try to get my other microphone back working again. I don't know if I broke it whenever I dropped it the other night, or what. But yeah, sorry I didn't go live yesterday when I got back from running a couple of errands. My internet was out. We had an internet outage in my area for a couple of hours. So, and I had other stuff to do, so I didn't go live yesterday because I didn't know how long the outage was going to be. It was like ASMR and terrible. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Chris. So we're going to go live today really quick. We are expecting some bad weather in my area. I think last I heard there was a pretty good chance of it. So I wanted to get this out of the way before we get some possible bad weather. I do need to work today. I have other stuff I need to do today. So we're going to make this a quick one, I think, just because I have stuff I need to do. So, first, let's do a quick look here on So Emily has been posting on. I'm not used to having earbuds on my left ear, so it's a little weird feeling. All right, let's pop over to here. All right. So Emily has been posting on Instagram, and Emily takes some beautiful photos when she's out in nature and walking around and stuff. And apparently, she's just using her iPhone. I think she says she has an iPhone 16. But this was posted earlier today. Just a beautiful shot of the sky. And her caption is, "The sky doesn't speak in words, but sometimes it says exactly what we need to hear." I don't know what the sky is saying, but I'm sure it's saying something. And then a few days ago, she posted a couple of pictures of the northern lights that were just beautiful. There was this one, and this one was just stunning. And her caption was throwing some shade at Miss Amberlynn. And it says, "Nice view last night. Nature's flex, the northern lights. Confusing to some, breathtaking to others. If you know, you know. And if you don't, you probably had to Google it too." And that was some shade at Amberlynn, saying that she didn't know what the northern lights were, what caused them, whatever. And I mean, hey, some people don't learn what it is. But yeah, it's just the magnetic field of the Earth interacting with solar radiation. If Amberlynn, if you don't remember what that is, it's what causes the northern lights. So, I'm in a little bit of pain this weekend. So if you see me make a face or groan, that's why. Friday night, I guess I slept weird or something, and like right below my shoulder blade, like the muscle there just like it hurts if I move. If I take a deep breath, it hurts. If I move, it hurts. If I move my arm, it hurts. So, if you see me wincing, it's because I moved and it hurts. So, um, all that being said, Fiona's mom, you're from Wisconsin and you never saw the Northern Lights. They've been moving a little further south lately. We've supposed to be able to see them in Missouri a couple of times this year or late last year, one or the other. I think both. But they're harder to see with the naked eye down here. But if you use like your camera or your phone camera, you can see them a lot more clearer. I think I posted a video, in December when I went to go look for them and I couldn't find them. I think I posted that video. I think I edited that. I have so many vlog clips that I never got edited from last year that you'll all will probably never see. I still need to post my video about my trip to Sweden that was in 2024. Was it 2024? Yeah, it was a year ago. It was the end of February last year when I went to Sweden. Beautiful, beautiful place. Hey, Nikana, you'll be listening to my dulcet tones as you drift off to sleep. Well, I am sorry. I hope you don't have nightmares. Speaking of nightmares, I had a weird fucking dream last night about my friends that I go to Gen Con with. It was so weird. But I need to text them about it. We have a group text. I need to text them and tell them about the dream I had. It was so weird. Sai says, "Living, it hurts." Girl, it does. I am 45 and I feel it. It's like I sleep wrong and I pull a muscle or something. I don't know. I sneeze and I throw my back out. So yeah. But, so we're going to watch Amberlynn's video from yesterday, and then I think we'll watch maybe a couple of Lex's videos, because Lex has uploaded a couple of videos in the last couple of weeks, responding to some things Amberlynn has said. I know we still need to catch up with Beck and Destiny, but those videos are much longer, and I just don't have the time today to watch those. Maybe I'll try to listen to them while I'm working this week and do a recorded video instead of a live. Or maybe listen to it and then take some notes and then do a live with just some timestamps. I don't know. So we'll see. Side says, oh, OMG, Libby, I had a dream of an acquaintance I knew from years ago. Oh, yeah? Was it a good dream? Was it a bad dream? Fiona's mom, I have lots of... Oh, that's not good. Having nightmares is not good. So, it's also windy here. I don't know if you can hear the wind, but... yeah, so we have Amberlynn's video from yesterday. It is titled, Cook With Me and Eat With Me, bar, What I Ate Today, episode 1. And you know what I think we're going to try to do? We are going to try to track calories and such with Amberlynn. So we are going to pull up my chronometer, and I have my breakfast in here, so just ignore my breakfast. But we'll put Amberlynn's food in my chronometer, and I can remove it later. And we'll try to see what she's eating. I may have to use the app on my phone instead, because it's a little easier to use. So we're going to pull up my chronometer, and we'll see if we can track for Amberlynn here, because I don't think she's tracking, which is fine. But at some point, once she kind of gets her hunger cues and all that down, then she might want to start tracking a little bit. Maybe not everything, but maybe just a little bit. So, all right. If you are new here, I do speed Amberlynn up to 1.25 speed because she does speak a little too slowly for me. So, all of that being said, let's get into it. Let me know how her audio is too, by the way, if she's too low or too high.
Hello, welcome to a new video. So today is a what I ate today. So I'm gonna be showing you every single thing that I eat today, every single thing that I drink. I am on a no diet, and I just want to go into every meal thinking about what I'm eating. Am I gonna be perfect? No, I absolutely don't expect perfection because I have been doing this my whole life. Whenever I try to be perfect,
Oh, I took a deep breath, that hurt. You know, nobody is going to be perfect. Nobody's going to be perfect. When they're trying to lose weight, when they struggle with eating, when they struggle with their weight, it's going to be very hard to be perfect. If you restrict too much, you're going to probably binge eventually. So it's a matter of finding a balance of foods that you like and you enjoy, and still trying to be in a deficit, whether you add in movement or you just find foods that are lower in calorie but more filling, more satiating, and all that jazz. Speaking of which, I'm loving my Ninja Creamy. I'm making ice cream out of protein shakes. So in the evening, I can have a little ice cream treat for like 250 calories maybe, depending on what I add into it or how I make it. It's usually 300 calories or less for like a whole pint of like ice cream, basically. And I'll use protein shakes, or I will use almond milk or milk and mix in protein powder and, you know, add in a few things if I want to. Add in some pudding mix for flavor, or some chocolate chips or something. And yeah, it's pretty tasty. I've posted some pictures over in Discord.
actually sabotages me. So my goal is if I crave, no, I absolutely don't expect perfection because I have been doing this my whole life. Whenever I try to be perfect, it actually sabotages me. So my goal is if I crave something, eat it, which I actually learned in outpatient when I was doing outpatient. They said, do not deprive yourself of the cravings because that is what leads to like unhealthy habits. I'm also trying to just like get more water in my body and more fruits and more vegetables, mainly vegetables.
Yeah, my dietitian is also of the mindset of adding and not restricting. So if you are having, like this morning, I had oatmeal for breakfast, and you know, I think I can even show you a picture of my oatmeal because I don't know if I posted it in my Discord. It's the same thing I had yesterday. This was my oatmeal. It was Elizabeth Purely oatmeal, 1 serving of it, half of a scoop of peanut butter protein powder. I used almond milk, and I put in a tablespoon of chia seeds to up the fiber. So, and then I chopped up a banana and put a banana on top. So you can still have things, but you can add to it to, add nutrients, add protein, add fiber, all of that stuff. Um, and there are lots of really good recipes out there for swaps that you can make in things. Like instead of using sour cream, you can use Greek yogurt. Or if you really want to have the sour cream, you can get lighter versions of it. Um, there are some very simple swaps that you can make in recipes to make them a little more nutritious for you and still taste good and still be filling and still satisfy those cravings. Like with the ice creams, I'm not really a huge ice cream fan, but I need to try to keep the protein up. I struggle with getting protein in most days. So using the protein shake instead of just drinking a protein shake, I can turn it into ice cream. And then I have a little sweet treat snack at the end of the night that's more filling than just drinking a protein shake. And you don't feel like you're depriving yourself of like a little sweet treat or ice cream. And Marge, you're jealous of everyone with a Ninja Creamy. I was seeing lots of recipes for it online. Like, they would pop up in my YouTube page. And I started watching some, and I'm like, I think I want one of those. So I ordered one, and I posted it on Facebook. And one of my former coworkers commented, he was like, we need to swap recipes. I'm like, absolutely. So, but yeah, protein and water. Yeah, I struggle with water too, but I have my can of sparkling water here to drink after I finish my second cup of coffee in my grab onto my chunk chunk mug. Yes, you do have some sleeping problems, I've noticed. Fiona's mom, that sucks, but yeah, y'all can just chit chat when you can't sleep. Um, so yeah, there are lots of recipes. Like Amberlynn can just like, I know she doesn't like to eat leftovers, but even just I made in the crock pot yesterday. Again, here I took a picture. Um, it doesn't look that appetizing in the picture, but it's chicken breast and black beans and corn and salsa, um, and some garlic to make chicken burrito bowls during the week for dinner. And then today I put in, I'm making a chicken sausage and lentil soup in the crock pot because I was looking up recipes that were higher in protein that I could make, um, and have available during the week because I didn't order any eat clean meals this week. I'm trying to cook at home this week. So if Amberlynn could get herself to eat things for like meal prepping so she doesn't have to cook every single day, if she had a crock pot or even a, oh, what's it called, instant pot to make it quicker, she could make meals that she could have ready to go to browse. The funny thing is, when she canceled outpatient, she said it was because I told her to satisfy her cravings. Now she's saying how that's such a good idea. It's funny. Yeah. Yeah, it's so you're going to have dietitians. They're all going to be a little bit different, but depending on what their philosophies are and what they've learned and what they've taught, my dietitian is of the same mindset of if you have a craving, eat it. But don't like go overboard with it, right? It's it's like, okay, I'm going to have a slice of cake. I'm not going to eat the entire cake. Because if you deprive yourself of that cake and deprive and deprive and deprive, then you're going to eat the entire fucking cake, right? So, and if you know that you have foods that are going to trigger you, like bags of chips, I can destroy a bag of potato chips. I have no chill when it comes to a bag of chips. So, I don't buy them very often. And if I do, then I'd really try to make them last and ration them. But Amberlynn does have a food addiction, right? And it's it's a challenge for her, I think, to cook. One, because she doesn't think she's a very good cook, and she doesn't like to cook. So she feels she has to cook every single day because she doesn't like leftovers. If she could find a way to meal prep, I think she would help herself a lot to limit that takeout. Because she's trying to do only uh, trying to only do takeout 3 times this week. Hey, Aaron, the Canadians arrived. Fiona's mom, Instant Pots scare me. I protect myself with a yoga mat. I have only used my Instant Pot twice. My ex-girlfriend had one and she used it all the fucking time, made some great things in it. I have an Instant Pot and I have a crock pot. I think if I worked in an office and had to come home at night for dinner, I think I would use the Instant Pot more. But since I work from home, I can throw things in the crock pot and let it cook and um, have it be done. And I don't have to worry about it while I'm at work. But for people that like don't work at home, having an Instant Pot where they can make things in it really quick, I think really works for them. Now, what I should do, because I do have an Instant Pot and a crock pot, is use both of them on like Saturday or Sunday when I'm trying to meal prep. And then I have 2 meals done and cooked in the same or like less time frame. But for some reason, I don't do that. I don't know why, but I should. Like, I could have made this soup yesterday in the Instant Pot. Aaron says, I can't keep sweets or chips in the house. There is no rationing. Let's see, Mars says, I think that mindset works for people who have some more control over their eating habits than Amber does. She can't take, quote, normal advice because relationship with food isn't normal, right? And I think this is why I think Amberlynn needs to work with a dietitian. Her eating habits and everything are all over the place. Like I've mentioned before, my dietitian and I worked for a year to get my eating habits and my hunger cues into a good place to where my metabolism should be functioning well enough, with my thyroid issues and these other issues I have, that now we're trying to find the sweet spot where I can lose weight. And then the issue is, like, I need to bring in more movement into my life to try to keep that deficit, but I don't have a lot of time for movement because of my work, because I work so damn much. So I think Amberlynn could find a dietitian, and I've mentioned to her before, use nourish.com. That's where my dietitian is from, and they take insurance. If she could find a dietitian to work with to kind of give her these goals, help her work on these things, then she can get into a good place where she can stay more focused, have that better relationship with food because she's working with a dietitian and a therapist, and get into a good place. Browse. See, Scythe says, Aaron, I'm that way with chips. If I see Scythe, me too. We could not have chips in the house if we lived together. We could not. It would be a fight over who's eating the chips. They would be gone. It'd be like a bloodbath with chips strewn across the house. Give me some Cool Ranch Doritos or just some plain wavy Lays. Now, here's the thing, Scythe. Popcorners. Popcorners are a little better than like regular chips, and they're so tasty. So what I've been doing lately is if I want chips, I'll buy popcorners. I will still occasionally get like Cool Ranch Doritos, but I'll buy like a snack size bag. Um, the Browse says, I agree, satisfying cravings. I just think it's funny how often she changes her mindset. I suspect in a few weeks she will say satisfying cravings is too triggering. I'm fine with her changing her mindset because that shows that she's trying to learn and grow and change, right? Now, next week, if she says it's too triggering, maybe she found a food like potato chips for me, where if I have a bag of chips, it's gone. She might decide that she needs to either buy a smaller amount of something or just not keep it in the house and only buy it when she's like, wow, I really want some potato chips this week. And then maybe choose to go to the gas station and buy a smaller portion bag of it. veggie straws. I've tried those, and yeah, they're all right. They're all right. So, oh, sorry, I took a deep breath and that hurt. So anyway, what were you saying, Amber? I'm sorry, I went on a huge tangent there.
Vegetables. I mean, I do also trying to just like get more water in my body and more fruits and more vegetables. Mainly vegetables. I mean, I do like a fruit, but I don't think I.
The vegetables will help with the fiber. I'm currently, so we've worked on getting my protein up. Now we're working on getting my fiber up. Fiber is hard to get, which is why I added chia seeds into my oatmeal.
Even have any. I'm definitely trying to get more vegetables in my diet for sure. And I am allowing myself to order from Uber 3 times a week because usually it's upwards to like twice a day. So that can be like 14 times a week. That's just an example of like the moderation that I'm trying to live in. I have to be moderate or I will fail. So is today going to be one of the days that I order takeout? I really don't know. But if I do order, obviously you'll see that. If I cook, you'll see that. All right, you guys, I'm about to make my first meal. Starting off, I'm going to cut one of these.
All right.
Chorizo.
Wait, hold on. I can actually see the barcode on this. So we are going to, we're gonna track some of Amber's foods, and since we do have a barcode that I can scan, haha, you eat it because you don't enjoy it, and it stops you from eating it all. Oh, the browse is a cycle, yeah. Used to have a food addiction, but post back surgery, oh, it's not good.
All right, you guys, I'm about to make my first meal. Starting off, I'm gonna cut one of these chorizo thingies, chorizo sausage. I love chorizo, it's so good. So I'm gonna cut it in half and then cut it in half again. I just want really small pieces.
Okay, so we're using one whole sausage link, okay.
I'm gonna spray some pan. Gonna add the chorizo. Gonna add the other 3 chorizos in this bag and I just put it in the fridge. Oh my god.
Aaron says, I tried the new goldfish crackers that are chip-like, ate the whole bag. I just can't have crunchy, delicious cups. I feel ya. You know, one thing that I found, so sometimes for a snack, I'll have like crackers and cheese or like crackers and summer sausage. The Crunch Master, I think Crunch... Yeah, the Crunch Master... like multi-seed crackers, these are so freaking good. Like a little bit of cheese on it, or like some summer sausage. It is so good. All right, so this sausage has so we have 11 grams of protein, 3 grams of carbs, and 20 grams of fat. So since this is a pork chorizo, it's going to have more fat. Now, she could have swapped this for a turkey version, and it would have had less fat. The leftover onion, yeah.
It smells so freaking good.
Ooh, our girl's making the money. Look at her with a dozen eggs.
I'm also going to be adding some egg.
All right, we have 2 eggs. All right, eggs. These are going to be scrambled.
I'm going to be adding a little bit of Colby Jack shredded cheese.
Oh. Hold on. So we have 2 eggs. 2 eggs. All right, we're going to put 2 whole eggs. How much cheese was that?
Colby Jack shredded cheese.
That did look like about a full serving. So that was great value shredded Colby Jack. And that was finely shredded. So we're going to use, that was about 1/3 of a cup. I think that was about a full serving. I weigh my cheese because I weigh all my food. Hey, Lizzie R.
Colby Jack shredded cheese.
I didn't see a cut during the cheese sprinkling. I saw her cut afterwards.
All right, so now I'm about to take some of this French onion dip.
All right, Dean's French onion dip.
And some raw.
There's about 2 tablespoons there. Dean's French onion dip. Lizzie, I weigh my cheese with my heart. Girl, I would like to. Alright, and we have cauliflower.
Raw cauliflower.
That's...
And then here...
Well, what do we have here?
It's your last chance to get Disney Plus and Hulu for just $2.99 a month.
No way. Yes way.
Which means it's your last chance to see
The future king.
A fight? Family.
Is my egg and chorizo.
Alright, so we have... Those are some pretty big florets. I'd say that's probably about a cup. Maybe a cup and a half. I'll say a cup and a half. Those are some pretty big florets. All right, so looking at her food here, so I'm gonna pull my screen over here. So for this meal, we have sorry, you're seeing my breakfast in here. I should have put this on the next day. You know what? Maybe let's do this. Let's, we're going to copy these and we're going to go to tomorrow. And we are going to paste these into tomorrow. All right. So we have 627 calories. Sorry, you're seeing my stuff here. But we have 33 grams of protein. That's great. 16 grams of carbs. 47.6 grams of fat. Okay, you're looking at my goals here, so ignore these. But okay.
So, all right, you guys, so here is the meal completed. And I don't know about you guys, but I love raw cauliflower. I also love it when it's cooked, so I just love it regardless. I'm trying to use the little bit of dip on my spoon so I can use it for the eggs. We can do a little taste test.
I use cauliflower rice a lot.
Nice and cheesy. Damn, that's good. Chorizo just hits.
No salt and pepper. Okay, are we back to doing eating videos? I don't need to see eat your entire meal.
Because my goal is to have 2 waters a day. It's crazy how, like, once you get in the habit of drinking water, like, your body just automatically craves it. Because I'm telling you, when I'm not drinking water at all.
I just replaced my filter in my fridge. I need to drink more water.
Like, I don't care about it. Don't
Plain water.
crave it. Don't need it. But then when I start drinking it again, my body's like, yes, keep it up. All right, I'm currently cooking some pasta, boiling some water. So my pasta's...
All right, this was her breakfast. Let me move this up to breakfast.
Done. It's literally just pasta with chicken. I just like made my own sauce with like Parmesan cheese, spices, with chicken, boiling some water. So my pasta's done. It's literally just pasta with chicken. I just like...
So that, all right, I can't tell what this is. I don't know how much chicken, but I can't see any chicken. I don't know what kind of chicken it is. Is it canned chicken? Is it rotisserie chicken? Sorry, it's harder to add things online, so we're going to come back to my app. Okay, it looks like about 2 cups of elbow macaroni cooked. I don't know what brand she has. We are going to say just pasta. Elbow, not dry. You know, we're just going to go with Barilla because that's a pretty common brand. So we're going to say it looks like about 2 cups there. About 2 servings. It's what it looks like to me. I could be wrong because she's not weighing anything.
Like made my own sauce with like parmesan. All right, I'm currently cooking some pasta, boiling some water. So my pasta's done. It's literally just pasta with chicken. I just like made my own sauce with like,
I don't know what kind of chicken. We are just going to add in, we're going to say chicken breast. You know what? She might have bought a rotisserie chicken. No, I don't think she did. All right, chicken breast. We're going to say she just has a couple of ounces in there maybe because I can't see it. And then she says she made a sauce with Parmesan cheese. Do you think she had the fresh or the dry sprinkles?
It's literally just pasta with chicken. I just like made my own sauce with like Parmesan cheese, spices, a little bit of tapatio. I actually make this quite often.
So we're gonna say she used the dry grated Parmesan, and we'll just say a tablespoon because I don't know.
So good.
I love adding chicken to my pasta as well, whenever I have pasta, so. Yeah, it can be hard to, yeah, that's, that's why I use my scale a lot. My dietitian isn't a huge fan of me using my scale a lot because I do tend to get kind of caught up in the numbers. But whenever I'm tracking my food, I do weigh it. Like this morning when I was making my oatmeal, I weighed my scoop for my protein powder, and then I scooped some into it and weighed it again and subtracted the weight of the scoop from it. I put my little sprinkle of chocolate chips on the scale, so I knew how many chocolate chips, the weight of my chocolate chips whenever I scanned my barcode. I weigh almost everything.
A simple pasta like this is one of my most favorite foods. An elbow pasta.
So something she could do, another swap that she could make. Some people don't like these other kinds of pastas. Like I don't like the red lentil pasta. The chickpea pasta is okay. I like cauliflower pasta and I like the whole wheat pasta. So there are some swaps that she could make by using whole wheat pasta or using cauliflower pasta, like cauliflower linguine or things like that. So those are a couple of easy swaps that she could make to get a little more nutrients into these foods and lower the carb content a little bit, especially if she gets the cauliflower version.
Is one of my most favorite shapes of pasta. This and I like the really small shells. Those are my fave too.
Small shells are good.
And when it comes to drinks, we're having a caffeine-free Diet Coke.
I'm not gonna bother scanning in the sodas and water.
I did finish my water bottle from earlier, so now I need to just have one more to reach my goal. So
Ready to tackle your debt? We can help. A Stretch Financial Wellness Vision subscription can help you visualize.
I am having a little bit more, so I just wanted to be accountable and show that.
So he's having a little more. So that looks like another There's not a lot of chicken in this. I am going to make that 3 servings of macaroni. We're gonna up the... We're gonna up that a little bit. We'll add a little bit more chicken, maybe another ounce. And we'll go with that. So what I have for this, for her lunch... So what I have now for this, we have... I put in 3 servings of the macaroni and cheese, 3 ounces of chicken breast, and then 1.5 tablespoons of the Parmesan cheese. Tapatio is going to be negligible. Any of the spices, whatever. So from what I've put in here, we're looking at 786 calories for lunch. 50 grams of protein, though. If she did have 3 ounces of chicken breast, it could be a lot less, because I don't know how much chicken she put in. Favorite pasta shape's a spiral. Spiral's good. I like the bow ties, the farfalle. It's good. So yeah, I'm totally guessing on the amount of chicken, because she didn't show what kind of chicken it was. I mean, she could have used canned chicken, which I use canned chicken a lot when I'm making pasta. I'll throw in a can of canned chicken into it, because one, it's shelf stable, and I don't have to try to use it within a few days, and it's still chicken.
All right, you guys, so I just ate some of this. It's the Jenny's ice.
Ooh, you can get a Ninja Creamy, Amberlynn, and make protein ice cream. Okay, scan the barcode. Scan the barcode.
To be accountable and show that. All right, you guys, so I just ate some of this.
It is not liking that barcode, but what is it? Jenny's mint chip. Jenny's ice cream green mint chip. 1 pint. Tradiatore is pretty cool too. I like it. You can get sauce all in the ridges of it.
It's the Jenny's ice cream green and show that. All right, you guys, so I just ate some of this. It's the Jenny's ice cream green mint chip. So good. So there is 3 servings in this, but I had some last night, so I probably just had 2 servings of this.
Okay, so we have 2 servings, which, I don't know what the... Oh, for fuck's sake, Amberlynn, you're making me look shit up. Jenny's green mint ice cream. Why don't you have the nutrition label for me? Nutrition label. $12? Jesus. I want the nutrition label, for fuck's sake. Kroger, are you going to show me the nutrition label? Okay, the entire pint is 1,010 calories. And it's not really showing me the nutrition label. I know this is thrilling content. All right, Amazon coming through. All right, 1 serving is 320 calories. So here's another easy swap that she could make. I know she might like this ice cream, but, Halo Top, I think, has a mint. I just ordered some Premier Protein chocolate mint protein shakes, and I turned it into ice cream, and it was delicious, and it had kind of a chocolate mint flavor. I may even have a picture of it. Yes, it is right here. This is my chocolate mint ice cream that I made from the protein shake. So what you can also do, so I bought some Andes mints. The next time I make this, I'm going to stick some Andes mints in there and mix those up in it. So for like 250 calories, I can have the entire pint of this ice cream as opposed to less than one serving of the Jenny's. So that is another easy swap. I mean, you'd have to buy a Ninja Creamy. That's like a $200 investment. But, and you have to let it freeze for 24 hours before you can make it in the Ninja Creamy. But, this is, that's a lot of calories. That's 1,000 calories for the entire pint. 640 calories for 2 servings. All right, we're going to say 680 is what I have here. Yeah, so I mean that's another easy swap that she could possibly make. Look for a halo top or like a keto type ice cream or something to still get that kind of mint chip flavor or any other flavor.
This is probably one of the very
She ate about 2/3 of it, Mars.
best mint chocolate chip ice creams I've ever had. So if you like it, definitely get this brand. All right, you guys.
Shit, not for that many fucking calories. But I just made my own and it was delicious using a chocolate mint protein shake. It's seasonal though. That protein shake is seasonal. So I might have to order another pack of it just to have it on hand.
So while I have my last, so if you like it, definitely get this brand. All right, you guys. So while I have my last meal, which is some carrots and some salami with fresh mozzarella.
Don't fucking shake it. I'm trying to read it.
I have my last meal, which is some carrots and some salami.
All right, so we have baby carrots. All right, this is going to be dinner. All right, baby carrots. I don't know. I'm shedding. Oh my god, I have hair everywhere. All right, raw baby carrots. We're going to say a serving. We'll see what she gets, how many she eats, and I can change that number. And then we have artisan wraps. This is salami. Yeah, hard salami wrapped fresh mozzarella, I think. We're going to have to look this up because is this close enough? Yeah. So this is blend frozen fruit with your choice of coffee creamer. Yeah, that's another good one. Okay, 3 pieces is... Okay, I think... Oh, look, I have a barcode. 57 grams. Let me see here. Hers looks a little... Okay, here's the one that I think she has. The one just like it. All right. Go to the website. Are you not going to give me any more info? Oh my God. What I want to see is a frickin' barcode, but that's okay. So we have,
me with fresh mozzarella meal, which is some carrots, and some salami with fresh mozzarella. If you guys have watched my live streams and you know I've been obsessed with this, I usually just have like 1, 2, or 3 at one time. But I didn't feel like dirtying
1, 2,
any
or
dishes.
3.
I didn't feel like using a paper plate. So whatever you see me eat right now, that's going to be the end of it for tonight. But what I wanted to do is have a little segment at the end of my What I Ate Today videos called Food for Thought.
Oh God.
It's where I reflect on what I ate today, and I ask myself a few questions because I do like to reflect. I am a reflecting girly pop. That's why I journal so much. And we'll see what I think.
Well, I mean, but what do you do with those reflections? Are you actually making any positive change based on any of these reflections that you're doing at the end of the day or that you do on your life? You can reflect, but are you doing anything with those reflections?
If I enjoy doing this at the end of my What I Ate Today videos, then I'll keep it in. I might take off some questions, add some questions, or just like not do it at all. Depends on how I feel and what I think. You guys, these are genuinely so freaking good. So it's 5 really quick questions. If you had to improve one thing about today's food intake, what would it be? Without a doubt, it would be the fact that I only had 2 meals today, and then I was like, you know what, let's have some ice cream. Like, what? I wish I would have had like more substantial meals. And I'm having my other water.
Well, the eggs and the eggs and cauliflower, that was a decent, substantial meal. What she could also do, another thing she could possibly do, is get like a container of like liquid egg whites, and she could have like make her 2 regular eggs and then add in like a cup of egg whites to increase the protein but have fewer calories in it and make it more satiating, more filling because she's adding more volume to it.
Bring yourself back to a day that you got to your heaviest weight and compare it to a food or meal that you had today. What would have been different about it? Well, easily I wouldn't be sitting here with a bag of freaking carrots. I'd be sitting here with a bag of chips. I mean, I'm not depriving myself of chips by no means, but I did choose these over chips, so I'm proud of that. Was there a moment today that you were about to fall off track but you stopped yourself? I just know that compared to like my worst, I definitely improved.
So I think looking at things as on track and off track can be detrimental to Amberlynn's weight loss journey, we'll just call it. It's because when she looks at, because that's kind of attributing good and bad. And as I've been saying for several years now, foods don't have morals. Food is not good, food is not bad. Some food may be better for you or help you reach your goals better if you have goals in mind, but food inherently is not good, food is not bad. And looking at it that way can really be detrimental to your self-thinking, I guess. That's an Amberism, I'm sure, to how you're looking at yourself and your journey, because we've all seen Amberlynn have a day where she feels she's off track and then she just continues to have bad days. Instead of just looking at a day like, okay, I had a lot of carbs this day. I didn't have as much protein this day as I wanted. What can I change tomorrow? Or what can I swap tomorrow to help me reach my goals? Right? You can You can lose weight eating Twinkies. There was a guy that lost like 50 pounds eating just Twinkies. You can lose weight just eating McDonald's. You can lose weight just eating Chick-fil-A. But it just depends, what are you eating from those places. If you're having a Big Mac and large fry for every single meal, you're probably not going to. But if you're maybe having a grilled chicken sandwich, and maybe a fruit cup, sure, you can make those swaps. So if I order a burrito or a burrito bowl or a hash brown bowl from Chick-fil-A, I'll get the grilled filet. And instead of getting fries or something as my side, I'll get a fruit cup. So you can still have these things. Just think about what choices can I make that will help me reach the goals that I want to reach, right? And I'm guilty of doing this as well and not having great days where I've eaten more than I thought I should, or I might have a snack that puts me over my calorie intake that I want to be at. But then just the next day come back and be like, okay, this isn't helping me reach the goals that I want to meet, so what can I change? Or if you want to have those things, like if she wanted to have that 680 calorie ice cream, what can I change for my meals in order to fit this 680 calories of ice cream into my calories for the day?
I'm just gonna have one more of these, so I'm having 2 in total, just so you guys know. But yeah, my goal.
Okay, so we're having 2 of those. So according to what I have here, three pieces is a serving. That's 57 grams. So 2 pieces would be about 40 grams. It'd be about 38 grams. So we're going to put in 38 grams. I put in 1 serving of baby carrots. Yep. I agree.
Goal is to literally just improve every single day. Do you consider today a successful day for you? No one else, just you. Why or why not? I'm gonna say partially. It's just that ice cream. That ice cream got me, folks. And I think
the ice cream, absolutely. So she's able to look back at the day and be like, hey, look, maybe I shouldn't have had the 680 calorie ice cream. Okay, I have her day here. We'll look at it here.
Able to say partially because I know myself. I know my worst. I know my headspace and my mind frame. And I feel like today I did pretty good. Didn't order takeout. I cooked my meals. 2 meals. Not just 1, 2 meals. So I am proud of that. But I am.
If she sees not ordering takeout as a success, that's great, because we've seen Amberlynn order takeout 3 times a day. Hey, Banshee. Well, going nuts on some sushi isn't that bad. I mean, there's worse things you could go ham on.
I'm not happy with the ice cream. So last question, is there anything from today you want to bring into tomorrow? I definitely want to continue the water drinking because it does make me feel better, duh. I want to continue the veggie intake as well. So I'm not gonna give myself a full pat on the back for today because there is so much improvement that I could be making. And yes, I'm making a little bit, but I could have done better. So I'm completely done eating for tonight. I am gonna finish this water. I will definitely have a Sprite Zero later because I like to have a Sprite Zero before I go to bed. It's just like a thing. Don't forget to drink your water. And I hope that you guys have a good day, good night whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
All right, so let's look at this day. So from what I could tell, now the lunch is where I don't have 100% because, you know, she didn't weigh anything and I couldn't really tell. Her breakfast, though. Her breakfast was 627 calories with 33 grams of protein, 16 grams of carbs, and 48 grams of fat. That's actually not bad at all. So this fat, the 48 grams of fat, is almost half of that is coming from the sausage because it is a pork sausage. The other, so we have 5 grams of fat from the dip, but the cheese, we're getting 8 from that, and then the eggs are going to have 14.2. So she could lessen the fat by using egg whites also. But that's not bad considering where the fat is coming from. Just at 20 grams from the pork sausage. So my dietitian likes me to have meals where my protein is higher than my carbs. If it's double the carbs, even better. So this would be a really good meal for Amberlynn based on the macros. She probably felt full from this for a good time, for a good length of time. The lunch, judging on the amount of macaroni that I saw in that bowl, I put 3 servings. I could be wrong on that, but she did have some more, so I put 3 servings of macaroni and cheese, or of macaroni. Chicken breast, I don't know how much chicken she had in there. I put 3 ounces. I'm probably way overestimating the amount of chicken. And then I added in 1.5 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese for her sauce that she made. So this is a lot of carbs in this day, in this meal. 127 grams of carbs from all that macaroni and cheese, or all that macaroni. Not awful though. I mean, this isn't awful. If you want to have pasta, have pasta. There are some other alternatives that you can use in place of the pasta. One thing that I found that I really like is spaghetti squash. Spaghetti squash is great to use in place of pasta. Um, um, uh, zucchini noodles, another great replacement for pasta. Cauliflower pasta, whole wheat pasta, all those would be great replacements or options. Now, they're not going to have that elbow macaroni shape, but there are some other alternatives that she could get. You can get protein added pasta, which would up the protein of the pasta she's using. And then we had the green mint chip ice cream. So this is a lot of fat, a lot of carbs, and a lot of calories. There are other options she could have possibly had, that could have been a better option for this. If you want ice cream, have ice cream. I wouldn't say this Jenny's brand for 1,000 calories for the entire pint. That is a lot. That is a lot. I'm sure it tastes delicious. I'm sure it's very delicious. But there are other alternatives. And then her dinner was just some baby carrots. I put 1 serving. And then 2 of those wraps. The hard salami with mozzarella. So looking at her entire day, yeah, lentils. I'm actually making, as I showed earlier, you might not have been here. I'm making a chicken sausage and lentil soup in the crock pot right now. So looking at the entire day, if I can get it to select the entire day. So her entire day is 2,245 calories. For Amberlynn, that's actually not bad. For somebody Amberlynn's size, she should be able to lose weight with this amount of calories. Her protein intake could be a little bit higher, but 100 grams of protein for Amberlynn, probably starting out here, not bad. Having the fat and the carbs both be higher than the protein, that's where there could be some issues, right? There's more calories per gram for fat and carbs than there is protein. So if you have your protein higher than those, you're going to have fewer calories because there's fewer calories per gram. But also, protein is going to be more satiating. It's going to keep you fuller longer. Same with having more fiber. So the fiber in here, we're looking at 16.7 grams. She could, so women under 45 or under 50 should shoot for around 25 grams of fiber. So she could up the fiber intake. That will also help her feel a little more full. She can get beans. Have some black beans, a can of black beans. Mix some black beans in with her eggs in the morning and chicken. Eggs and chicken, whatever sausage, whatever. She can make a burrito bowl. Put some black beans, put some corn, even though corn doesn't give you very many nutrients. Put some chicken, use cauliflower rice, whatever, and have a good meal there. I think if Amberlynn could get herself into the mindset of being able to eat leftovers, and if she meal prepped something, even if it's just a couple of meals, a few meals, that would make it to where she doesn't feel so overwhelmed of having to cook every single day. Now, Amberlynn has the time. Amberlynn has the time to cook. She has all day that she can cook, but she may not have the motivation to. Just because you have the time to do something doesn't mean you want to do it, right? Cooking every single day can be tedious, especially cooking for one. Cooking for one is hard. So I think if she can make meals where she can get 2 servings out of it, even just 2 servings, that would give her the next day that she can take off from cooking, and then the next day she could cook again. I don't have a lot of time to cook. That's why today and yesterday I've made things in the crock pot that I can have throughout this coming week, because I'm trying to get back to cooking a little more and not relying on eat clean meals. And those sorts of things. So I'm trying to, because when I cook my own meals, I'm able to add, like, meet my protein goals more. So this is Amberlynn's day. So she met her vitamin A, met her vitamin C. But yeah, we will see. To make lentil soup. Mars, we all have to do things we don't like, but if it's something that can literally save your life, it's worth the effort. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Cooking meals at home would be good for Amberlynn. She doesn't tend to buy a lot of groceries, so she doesn't have a lot of variety in what she buys each week. So I think if she could maybe do some meal now granted we're only seeing one day. I don't know what day this was for Amberlynn, but we're only seeing one day in this week of what she's eating. So I think if she could find a way to kind of plan her meals, like, okay, Monday I'm going to have this, Tuesday we're going to have this, Wednesday I think I'm going to order something. So for lunch or for dinner, I think I'm going to order some takeout on Wednesday, right? Or maybe on Tuesday, because Tuesday's her live stream night. She could be like, I'm going to order some takeout to have dinner before I do my live stream, right? Maybe, hey, it's Friday. I'm going to order something. Or, hey, it's Saturday. I'm going out with Mama Lynn. I'm spending the day with Mama Lynn, and we're going to go out and have lunch. Fridays is bingo night. We're going to go out before bingo and have something to eat. So that could be her 3 planned takeout days, right? So I think if she could get into the habit of planning her week and doing her grocery shopping on Sunday with Mama Lynn and planning for the week, and then buying some extra things, like, hey, maybe this day I don't feel like cooking what I planned, but I have something that's quick and easy for an alternative. Mars says, I want to see Amberlynn recreate meals she would have ordered in from her fave restaurants, but make it healthier. Yeah, I would love to see Amberlynn learn and cook healthier meals. Like, hey, I wanted to order McDonald's. I wanted to order chicken nuggets or something. Granted, it can be harder to make that healthier at home unless you are, like, cutting up your own chicken breast and breading it yourself or cooking it yourself. But there are certainly things that she could swap out and make at home. But I don't know. Yeah, she could absolutely turn it into content. Alright, I'm going to leave that in my chronometer for the moment. I'll delete it after I stream. Alright, let me see here. We are going to I know Lex posted a couple of videos recently. Let's watch a couple of those maybe. Yeah, so we have a letter to Amberlynn Reed. And so we have a letter to Amberlynn Reed here, and then we have responding to Amberlynn Reed calling me fat in her most recent members only live stream. I wouldn't say Amberlynn called her fat, but here we have Lex using using what looks like an old picture of herself in the thumbnail, because that's not what Lex looks like now. But let's go ahead and watch a letter to Amberlynn Reed. We'll see if we need to speed Lex up. I didn't click play. Also, something else, like, Green Giant's cauliflower tots or broccoli tots, instead of doing, like, tater tots or french fries, buy the cauliflower or the broccoli tots and make those. That's an easy way to get more vegetables in. Alright, turn the sound on.
Hello, hello, hello! Despite my enthusiasm, today's video is going to be pretty serious, because in this video, I'm going to be speaking directly to Amber. And
you never notice all the girl. Yeah, they do go overboard on filters, yeah.
I don't want to reach out privately, and I think that you can all understand why. So today I'm going to be using my platform to communicate with Amberlynn. I've also had a couple of you
the platform that you only have because of Amberlynn
reach out and ask if I'm going to respond to all of these new recent allegations against Amberlynn. And I may. A lot of the things that have recently come into light are very disturbing. So I don't really know if I want to talk about how she would back it up on the bathroom sink. However,
bye Mars. I hope you enjoy your vegan pho. That sounds delicious.
I may respond in another video. Anyways, let's get into it. Hi, Amberlynn. I know that we are not on speaking terms and we won't be ever again. However, I would like to say something to you publicly and from an unbiased point of view, or at least as unbiased as I possibly can be. So, I didn't personally watch your most recent members only live stream, but I've watched the reactions from it, and I was able to get a basic gist of what had happened. Amberlynn, I know that you're
a lot of people don't accurately represent.
Not very good at taking others' advice, but I really need you to listen to me. You absolutely have to stop blindly splitting on reaction channels, your exes, and your audience. Just because you haven't seen a courtroom yet doesn't mean that you won't. Because from my understanding, you made some very dicey accusations and decisions in this live stream.
I don't know which live stream Lex is talking about. It could be the one where she said that that Mr. Snowflake cheats on his wife. But, you know, Lex, the same thing could be said to channels like mine or other reaction channels. Like the allegations people have made with Amber being a PDF, all of those things. People are blindly making those allegations. They think they have proof, but not really. So people, I mean, everybody, not just Amberlynn, needs to be careful with allegations they make and things they throw out against people.
Besides everything that you said about Beck, the couple of choice comments that you made about Mr. Snowflake really stands out to me in particular. And please listen to me when I say that I know you enough to be able to soundly make this statement. You don't have the capacity for the longevity that a legal case requires. You are not able to collect and present evidence in an organized and easily digestible way. You also have no unearthly idea how much a halfway reputable attorney would run you. If you really piss.
So, I agree that Amberlynn might not have the capacity to wait out a long legal battle because she might get bored with it. Now, the cost, I don't know if Amberlynn could afford that. She probably could, but I don't know if Lex is implying that people could sue Amberlynn for the things that she has said, but people have said much worse about Amberlynn in their videos.
Somebody off and they had the right connections or enough money to have the right connections, some of the things that you blindly spew could easily land you in a Class A lawsuit. What classifies a class action lawsuit? A class action lawsuit is a legal proceeding where one or more plaintiffs are people who have been harmed, sue a defendant on behalf of a larger group of people who have suffered similar harm, allowing them to collectively pursue a claim.
So is there going to be a class action lawsuit of all reaction channels and her exes against Amber? Come on now.
Gonna read that one more time. A class action lawsuit.
I think Lex is the last person that needs to be giving legal advice.
Is a legal proceeding where one or more plaintiffs sue a defendant on behalf of a larger group of people who have suffered similar harm, allowing them to collectively pursue a claim. This is a rhetorical question, but how many people on this platform or in your real life can say that you have physically, mentally, or emotionally disturbed them or harmed them? My guess is probably quite a few. Do you realize?
Those types of things are very, very hard to prove in court. But Amberlynn could come at people with the exact same thing. So,
realize that most of your exes have major viable claims against you and are in contact currently? Do you realize that all Beck, Destiny...
You can't sue somebody because they were a bad partner. You can't sue an ex-partner for being like, oh, they abused me. You have to be able to prove that shit in court, but you can't sue somebody because they were a bad girlfriend.
And Casey would have to do is collectively hire a reputable attorney and show them a couple compilation videos from their eras with you. If they all played their cards right, you could be in serious trouble.
Amberlynn Was Amberlynn posting videos whenever she was with Casey? I don't think so. I don't think she started posting videos until she was with Crystal.
I don't think you understand that. In my opinion, you need to take some time away from YouTube.
The problem also is that a lot of the compilations, you can edit videos any which way you want.
You really desperately need to take some time to look inward and realize that if you don't do a complete 180 and rebuild your approach to YouTube, your relationship with others, and your overall physical and mental health as a whole, you will crash and burn worse than you have previously and way worse than you are now. I do
agree with that Amberlynn should take a longer step away from the internet and from YouTube for herself and for her mental health. But yeah, you can't take, yeah, Banzi, they hurt my feelings, won't hold up in court. Yeah.
I do want to say, though, I don't think you will ever have an audience that is predominant.
Because they would have to prove emotional damage and these sorts of things. And they really wouldn't. The types of things in the videos would be very hard to prove. And they wouldn't be able to prove defamation or that that Amberlynn has hurt them financially, because they've gained financial stability or whatever from their videos that they've posted.
In favor of you, regardless of what you say, what you do, how you look, or how you sound. You have offended so many of your viewers for so many different reasons.
Oh yeah, let's put all the viewers into the class action lawsuit. Amberlynn offended me.
You have pissed off so many different groups of people from all different walks of life because of the painful ignorance and negligence that you have chosen to display in your action and speech for the last 11 years. I know that you feel stuck. I know that you feel like you would not be able to maintain your lifestyle not having YouTube as a primary source of income anymore. I know you feel like you physically and mentally are unable to work even an entry-level full-time or part-time job. This is an unfortunate reality that anyone can face at any time, regardless of the career path that they have chosen. Making
YouTube your career is a really dicey decision, in my opinion, because the algorithm is so fickle, and unless you've built up a good base audience, it's going to be very hard. Now, if Amberlynn were to lose a lot of her views, that would hurt her a lot. I mean, some of these reaction channels that don't have outside jobs, that rely solely on the reaction content, where the majority of their views come from Amberlynn reactions, unless they start branching out into other content that can collectively get enough views. Having YouTube as their primary source of income is very, very challenging when you're in either the drama space or the reaction space. Now, Amberlynn is just vlogging her life. She can keep doing that. Now, granted, could it possibly come to a point where it's no longer viable as 100% income? Absolutely. So having an external career or something you can fall back on would be very beneficial for everybody, I think. Unless you have like 1 million subscribers.
a standard job would require hard work, consistency, and a lot of sacrifice. But unfortunately, you don't have the patience or stamina to be able to execute any of those things. You believe that just because you're predisposed to a slew of mental illnesses, whether they are confirmed diagnoses or not, and that you physically have a harder time performing normal day-to-day tasks, that you are exempt from having to put in the actual work for a desired outcome. As much as
I don't know what skill set Amberlynn could have that she could market, to be honest. She can type super fast. Maybe she could do data entry. If she learned more editing applications instead of just whatever this iMovie or whatever she uses on her phone, she could edit videos for other people. She could do like freelance editing on Fiverr or something. But Amberlynn hasn't taken the time in the last 10 or 11 years to really develop any skills or develop anything. She hasn't taken any courses online, whether it be college courses or even just Skillshare. She hasn't picked up any additional skills or anything that could be marketable outside of YouTube. So if her YouTube channel were to crash and burn tomorrow, I don't know what Amberlynn would do for income.
As I personally think that you're a slimy little gremlin that deserves everything that karma has thrown at you recently, I also equally have sympathy for the lost soul that I know that you are. I'm often so torn between the disgust that I have for you and feeling so bad for you that it makes me feel physically ill. As much as I know that...
Yes, Lex pities you. Banshee says... I want to say Banshee. Is it Banshee or Bansy? Oof, I'd never rely on the internet for full time. This is going to sound dark. She will probably still be making enough money for as long as she needs, if you know. Yeah, I know what you're trying to say there. But yeah.
That you could be a kinder and gentler person. I also know that you have the potential to be vile, cruel, inappropriate, insensitive, and ignorant.
Appropriate? Do you mean inappropriate?
I strongly encourage you to finally choose who you want to be in this life and stick with that decision, rather than flip-flopping between a helpless damsel in distress and your cringy villain era. A way that you can help yourself find who you are or commit to becoming who you want to be is with therapy. A way that you can start learning skills.
I agree. Amberlynn needs to be in therapy. She allegedly is starting with a different therapist to do DPD, DP, DBT. Good lord. And hopefully that will help. Somebody shared in Treeboy Elia's Discord earlier, a psychologist or psychiatrist reacts to Amberlynn's video about her DBT therapy starting. I might have to watch that, maybe react to it, or just watch it on my own. It doesn't require a reaction. Not everything requires me to publicize that I'm watching it. But I think therapy will really help, especially when it comes to coping and dealing with her BPD issues. I'm having all these letters are so close in sound. BPD, BTT. I'm struggling today to say these.
And executing those skills in your current and future relationships is with therapy. A way that you can try to rebuild your relationship with food and your self-image is with therapy. You throw around mainstream psychology terms all the time, but you never want to gain the knowledge about the illness and the tools that you can use to ease the symptoms of all the things that you claim you've received a diagnosis for.
I agree with Lex on that. Amberlynn can say the right things because she hears us say them, right? She hears reaction channels say these things and she can parrot them, but she doesn't internalize it or actually do anything with these things that she's repeating or saying or reading or whatever.
Recently shared a Facebook post that reminded me of you. The post said, "Someone can only meet you as deeply as they've met themselves." I immediately felt overwhelming sadness knowing that if you don't begin to change your outlook and your approach to so many different aspects of life very soon, you will never achieve the peace and happiness that you so desperately seek and crave. You will never.
Well, what about Lex? Lex has BPD as well, right? I mean, we don't see her publicizing her relationships with people. So how does she manage her BPD and her own relationships with people? Because with Amberlynn, she's completely unhinged and off. Like her videos that she's posted about Amberlynn, like back in December, that could be considered a BPD crash out.
Never have a fulfilling, honest, or long-lasting connection, romantic or platonic. You will never be able to see or do the things that make living on this earth worthwhile. Despite everything mentioned, I am grateful for you. I am grateful for the few moments that I had.
She's grateful for Amberlynn because it gave her a fucking YouTube platform by trying to spill tea on her former best friend.
Had with you that were pure and weren't motivated by either of us wanting or needing something from each other. I am grateful for you showing me all of the ways that you and I are similar, even if you were just mirroring me, because I finally learned how to be actually accountable for my own words and actions. I'm grateful for you because when I finally ended our relationship for good, I was able to have the time and the space to truly find myself and unlock potential that I didn't even know that I had. And lastly, I'm grateful that I didn't stick around long enough to be affected by you in the way that some of your previous partners and friends were affected by you. And that wraps up my letter to Amberlynn. I know that it probably won't mean much to her, but I truly hope that she is able to take some of the advice that I had given her. And I hope that her audience and my audience understands that just because I wasn't laying into her the entire letter doesn't mean that I am taking her side in any way, nor am I.
No, Lex can give critical criticism and not be a dick about it. You don't have to always be a dick to be critical. Lex did make some valid points in here, but I think she was also kind of saying a few things.
Trying to justify any of her words or actions to anyone. I want everyone on this planet, including Amberlynn, to be happy and healthy. But I know that this attempt to try to reach her is merely just an attempt. I know that there are no combination of words that I or anyone can put together that will make her try or want to change. The change has to come from within. The change has to come from her wanting a different outcome than what she has had thus far. And on that note, I'm going to end this video. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you to everyone.
Let's see, the brow says, one thing I find disturbing is she implies that therapy will only make a little bit better when BPD remission is common, which is 2 years, with behavior that wouldn't result in a BPD diagnosis. Banzi says, so I've been officially diagnosed with BPD. It took a solid 8 hours over 2 days of 4-hour sessions, and I'd never heard of it until then, but my therapist recommended I go to a center for testing. And then Banzi also says there's no way ALR has been officially diagnosed. I wouldn't say that. I don't think any of us I don't think any of us can say that she's been officially diagnosed or not without being in her life and being in her therapy sessions. So she said early on in her therapy sessions with the therapist that she started seeing for weight loss surgery, said that they thought she had BPD, and they may have tested her. I don't know. We don't know. And they wanted her to get with a therapist that specialized in BPD, and that was when she moved to Oklahoma. Before she could do that, I'm not going to say that she has or hasn't been diagnosed because I don't know. You know, none of us know whether she's been officially diagnosed. She says she has been. That's all we have to go on. We can see from her behavior that she definitely exhibits BPD behaviors. So, I mean, that's all we really know for sure. I mean, you're welcome to your opinions. Of course, we all are. But, I mean, we can't say for certain she has or hasn't been diagnosed because we just do not know. And then the browse also says she could really focus on therapy regardless of who she is or isn't dating, and she might reach remission in time. You mean Amber implies therapy will make her a little bit better. I don't think she realizes remission is possible in time. I don't know about remission. I mean, BPD is kind of kind of always there, right? Because it's part of you. But you learn how to deal with it and cope with it and to mitigate your behaviors. So I think Amberlynn working with these new therapists and getting a psychiatrist as well, I believe she said she's going to do, and getting these workbooks, having her therapist work her through these different therapies, I think should be good enough for people that they either suspect that she has BPD or she has been diagnosed with it. Because even Zachary Michael is doing DPT. He shared that in a video. I haven't seen the full video, but he shared that he's doing that, and he doesn't have a BPD diagnosis. They just think it'll help with whatever other things he's going through. So getting the therapy and going through these things, because Amberlynn said in a Q&A that she recognizes about 90% of the time when what she's doing is because of the BPD, but she doesn't seem to know how to stop it, right? She doesn't know what she can do to stop it from happening. And that's the crux of the problem, is then it becomes an excuse. She knows why she's doing it, but she's not doing anything to stop it. We don't need to see a diagnosis on paper. That's just a weird thing. Yeah, that is a weird thing to ask, but we know how people are. All right. All right, we have a little bit of time left that I had scheduled for myself. So let's see, responding to Amberlynn, do I really even care? I don't really even fucking care. But let's...
What are you still doing here? You still have not downloaded Pi Adblock? You know I'm just gonna keep showing up on your screen until you download.
Hey.
Yeah, absolutely, Banzi. It's something that you have to get tools for to help mitigate, just like with any other mental health issue or any other issue, like with food addiction or something. It's always going to be there, but you develop tools, or like, binge eating. You develop tools and learn how to mitigate it and how to deal with it better. Instead of just being like, oh, I ate the entire cake, it's my binge eating, and it's, so you learn ways to cope with things and to deal with things and not use it as an excuse, which is what Amberlynn has always done. She's always used these diagnoses. She gets the diagnosis, but then never does anything to help with it. Like, oh, I do all of this. This is all because of my binge eating. Oh, this is all because of this, this, and this. There's always something external, and there's always an excuse for something, and it's never her own fault. When at the crux of it, it is her own fault for not seeking the proper tools and help with all of these various issues.
Hey guys, so
we're gonna speed
I wasn't
up.
going to make a video anytime soon, but after receiving a couple text messages about,
bro, Amber is spreading shit about you. She just said that you wanted her and Alana to make out, but apparently Tommy said no. And Lex says, LMFA, oh, what? And said, that's what I said. The bitch just can't keep her mouth shut. And then Lex says, I mean, it didn't happen like that, but yeah. So did Lex want Amberlynn and her girlfriend? So it didn't happen like that, but yeah.
Amberlynn's new recent members only live stream, I kind of feel like I have to. Also, please bear with me in this video. I'm really just doing this video like off the fly, and I really haven't had any time to process like my thoughts and emotions. So I guess you guys will be experiencing those with me right now. But yeah,
charge my phone.
So I hope you enjoy.
There are various portions of the live stream in which she shames Alexis. So
I don't think Karina Kaboom should be what she listens to for a recap of Amberlynn. Karina tends to blow things out of proportion and kind of misrepresent.
She talks about like the first time she met Alexis, and she shames Alexis for what Alexis was wearing. People call her out on this. She laughs and laughs and laughs and says, oh, the way she explains it is, I was just surprised by it, not expecting it. No,
she did say that Lex was wearing like a short skirt or something, or a short dress, and she was surprised that Lex was wearing it. You could tell by her facial expressions, though, that she didn't think that Lex should be wearing it.
She's shaming Alexis, and you can imagine like all the things that she's shaming Alexis for, you know, all the things that like she doesn't want people to talk about her for. Empathy Lynn has entered the chat.
Okay, so I just want to start off with a disclaimer saying that I don't have access to Amberlynn's members only live stream. I truly refuse to pay for that. I'm just not. I'm not giving her a single dollar of mine. That's just not gonna happen. So I'm not seeing it firsthand. I'm just hearing about it. So I don't really know what was said verbatim. I wasn't really wearing anything crazy. I mean, I was wearing like shorts and like a crop top, but it wasn't super cropped. I mean, it was showing like an inch or two of my stomach, and I had like a flannel on over it. Like, it wasn't anything like, you know what? I have a video of the outfit. Hold on.
Oh.
I honestly don't even really know why.
Well, that was, sorry, I have that sped up, so. Let me see. I don't know why I clicked the wrong button there.
I have a video of the outfit. Hold on.
Okay, so we do have a crop top. So in the videos that we've seen from Amberlynn, Lex does look a little bigger than she does in this picture here.
I honestly don't even really know why I need to explain myself, but whatever. Honestly, like, I'm really self-conscious.
But, whatever.
So, like, if I felt like that outfit was really not okay looking on me, I wouldn't have worn it. Also, I couldn't really tell that she didn't like it by the looks that she was giving me and the way she was looking me up and down when Emily.
So now Lex is saying, well, you know, Amberlynn was like looking me up and down like a piece of meat. So.
Wasn't directly looking at both of us. Also, like, on a different accord, like, Amberlynn, let's be so for real here. You weigh over double the amount that I weigh, and you're like 4 or 5 inches shorter than me. Clearly you're projecting, right? Because like the way that I look in that outfit to you is probably how you look in every outfit to everyone else that sees you in public.
Could be.
I mean, I hate to be harsh, but like, you started this. Like, you started this. Like, what? I mean, realistically, I am unbothered. Like, I have a real life. I have real problems. You just have your internet shit. So this is like, you know, big news, big...
You think Amber, this is the brows, by the way. I think Amber would feel vulnerable if she wasn't super large. It's an emotional shield she uses to deflect from criticism. If the weight wasn't there, any criticism would be about her, not the weight. Yeah. She will say a lot of things are fat phobic when it's not really fat phobic. And yeah, the weight can be a shield, absolutely. Because then she can say people don't like her because of the weight. And there are people that do make nasty comments about her weight. But a lot of people just don't like her because of her behaviors. The way she's acted towards people, the way she's treated people. Banzi, so unrelated, but I hope you finally divorce Shane and start to. I did in my the last stream. I finally divorced Shane. I might try to play tonight. We'll see. Later tonight at night, I'll try to get some Stardew Win if I can.
Big reveal moment, a big tea moment for you, but for me, I'm laughing at you. In my personal opinion, girl, you are lame. You are so corny. You don't really have much to provide in a friendship or in a relationship. And even at, 34 and a half, your mindset and your emotional intelligence are so far behind. They're so lacking that you have nothing better or more interesting to do than to talk about me. Like, I'm so sorry you're sad that Emily broke up with you, but
well, what are you doing? Do you have nothing better to do than to talk about Amberlynn? I mean, let's call a spade here. I mean, you're doing the same thing. You've started making whole videos and channels about Amberlynn. Speaking of, sorry, my back hurts. I'm looking to see if Amberlynn still has those pictures from... No, I don't think she does. She only has a few pictures on her Instagram now. And they're all with the fucking devil horns. God damn. So I don't... Oh, my back hurts. So I don't know. I mean, Amberlynn talks about a lot of things. People were asking, and I think she was answering questions in her live stream.
Also, what do you have to bring to a relationship? Like,
what do any of us have to bring to a relationship, Lex? What do you have to bring to a relationship? I mean, I know Amberlynn doesn't seem to know a lot about herself. Hopefully taking this time to be single, now that she truly is single, allegedly, to learn about herself and not be talking to anybody and pursuing anybody, and can learn who she is, what she has to offer somebody as a partner, what she has to offer people as a friend. And I think she can truly get to the bottom of that and figure out what she has to offer people, just as a person after going through therapy.
What did you provide for
Thank you, Sai.
her besides doxing her to the internet and being stressful? You have to bring to a relationship.
Amberlynn did not dox Emily. Gora World, the community, doxed Emily.
Like, what did you provide for her besides doxing her to the internet and being stressful? Very stressful. You're very stressful. Do you know that? Having a personal relationship with you is very hard. I know.
Having a personal relationship with anybody with BPD is very hard, especially if they're not being treated for it.
I know that I'm not the easiest person to get along with. I know that I have a lot of my own flaws. But you are so bad.
She is just as bad at this shit as Amberlynn.
At regulating your emotions and your thoughts and your nervous system, and the way that you expect everyone in your personal life to carry all your burdens for you is not okay. And you need to learn how to be able to deal with your things on your own without...
I will say that with Amberlynn, she does tend to... Amberlynn lashes out with like knee-jerk reactions. My ex-girlfriend that I believe had BPD, it could just be NPD, I don't know, was very much the same. She would immediately lash out and just have knee-jerk reactions, not without realizing that what she's saying or doing is hurting people. And whenever you have those knee-jerk, immediate reactions when you lash out at people, it then makes people just walk on eggshells around you and not feel like they can express themselves or say what they think or have conversations and discussions with you because of your immediate volatile reactions. So hopefully Amberlynn can learn to regulate those sorts of things, because it can be very exhausting and very hard to try to watch everything that you say and do, because you don't know what is going to set that person off.
Blaming anybody else or without having somebody else try to take care of it for you.
So she says like all this tea about Alexis that nobody cares about. She claims, I don't know how true this is, I'm sure Alexis will respond, that when she met
Sorry, I was pretty...
Alexis, listen to this, was allegedly, supposedly, in Amber's opinion, begging Amber to, like, get with her girlfriend. Amber, are you okay? And then, like, Amber doesn't actually say that she didn't want to. Amber says that her, at the time, girlfriend said, no, you know, we're together and stuff like that.
Okay, that is not what happened. Hold on. Let me get it together. Hold on. Okay, so that is not what happened. What happened was, so like obviously as 4 lesbians on a double date do, we are talking. And essentially like we were talking about like what is okay in our relationship, what is not, what our boundaries are, what they're not. Not even necessarily with each other. I mean, we weren't even talking about like with each other, we just meant in general. And I had mentioned like, I don't care if Alana were to like kiss a pretty feminine girl. But like if she were to kiss someone a little bit more masculine, like Emily, I would not be okay with that. I don't know if that's toxic. I mean, I know that I'm not really a masculine presenting lesbian, like kinda, but not really. But I don't really feel threatened by other feminine, like presenting women. It's just like, I feel more threatened by masculine presenting women. So yeah, I said something along the lines of like, if Alana kissed you, like that would be okay, like in my eyes, but if she kissed Emily, like I would not be cool with that. And she's sitting on her live stream saying like, oh my God, like when I got this text message last night,
maybe they were drinking and that's how Amberlynn took it, but if this is what Lex said, then it doesn't sound like that she was like, oh, I want to watch you guys make out. I don't know why Lex would be comfortable with her girlfriend kissing anybody else, but
it's actually with Alana. Okay, so short story time. I don't know if I should be sharing this, but I'm going to anyways because it's gonna get out anyways and whatever. But I broke up with Alana 2 nights ago. Nothing is necessary.
Oh, well, 2 nights ago from the day this was posted. So it's been, what, about a week? Is this a fake breakup? Oh, it's been 2 weeks. Jesus, this was March 19th. Okay. I am so behind.
Necessarily wrong between us. We just didn't see eye to eye on a lot of different things. She was also supposed to move into my apartment in like a month. And I've been living alone for like the past 2 years. And I just like really value my independence. And we kind of were not fighting, but we had a lot of disagreements about a wide variety of topics. So I just didn't feel like it would be best to have her move in. And I love Alana. She is one of the most amazing people I have ever come in contact with in my life. And right now...
Hey, Stitch and Stream. Good to see you, dear. I hope you're doing all right. I've missed you, my friend.
Now we just both have a lot going on. She just recently had a loss in her family. She's like in her master's program. And I'm dealing with a lot of my own emotions too. And I'm also exploring different avenues in my life and my career and the things that I want. And yeah, but anyways, we were hanging out last night. She was grabbing some of her stuff out of my apartment. And I got this text message when I was with her and I was like, oh my God, you're never gonna believe like what I just got. And honestly, we laughed about it so hard. It was a nice reprieve from all the crying that we were doing, but she was like completely flabbergasted as much as I was about like how Amberlynn presented that situation. I feel like this, like the way that I'm also handling this breakup, the way that I am dealing with my emotions, like Amberlynn, you should really learn something from me here, I feel. Like if you truly loved somebody, like you're not bashing them on the internet after you guys break up. If you truly
Just got back from the gun range. Ooh, hope you had fun. Hit the bullseye a lot. Sai says, not to be rude, but does anybody really care if Lex broke up with her girlfriend? I don't care personally. But, you know, it's going to get out. Who cares? You know, they broke up. Hopefully they're both in better places and move on and are happy.
loved somebody, you're not spilling their tea to hundreds of thousands
wait,
of
say that
you're
again?
not bashing them on the internet after you guys break up.
Hold on.
Break up the way that I am dealing with my emotions, like Amberlynn, you should really learn something from me here, I feel. Like if you truly loved somebody, like you're not bashing them on the internet after you guys break up. If you truly loved somebody, you're not spilling their tea to hundreds of thousands of people on your platforms. And if you truly love somebody, you're not tormenting them and begging them to come back when you know that it is clearly not working. Sometimes.
Okay, so what the fuck did she just say? So when she and Amberlynn, when Amberlynn wasn't giving her enough attention, what did Alexis do? Started bashing and spreading tea on the internet. Now that wasn't like a girlfriend relationship breakup, but it was a friendship breakup. What did Alexis do? She started spreading shit and spreading tea and bashing Amberlynn. Amberlynn hasn't been bashing people, in my opinion, lately. She's been throwing little jabs out here and there. But what are Amberlynn's exes doing? What's Beck been doing? What's Destiny been doing? They've been spreading tea, trying to spill tea, and kind of bashing Amberlynn in these Q&As and in these videos. So is Lex implying that these people never loved Amberlynn and that she never loved Amberlynn as a friend? Because Amberlynn hasn't been bashing Emily. Amberlynn never bashed Wifey. So what the fuck? Amberlynn hasn't been the one bashing people. Amberlynn has very poorly tried to apologize and take accountability. She hasn't done a very good job of that and has tried to, in my opinion, still justify her behaviors by saying, well, but Beck did this, but so-and-so did this. And Amberlynn's getting fucking fed up with shit, and then she'll throw out little jabs. I don't think it's good of her to do those things. But Amberlynn is not the one exhibiting these behaviors, in my opinion.
Sometimes truly loving somebody is being able to step back and look at.
Now, maybe she is saying Amberlynn is harassing Emily to get back together, but apparently they only really broke up, like, what, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago?
Things introspectively and realize that a relationship between you is not the best right now, even if you love that person with all of your heart and all of your soul. Also, like, you and Emily have been long distance pretty much your entire relationship. Like, Alana was over here every single day. So if I can handle this breakup with grace, Amberlynn, I believe that you have a little bit of the capacity to do so as well.
Everybody handles breakups differently. Now, Alexis and Amberlynn both do have BPD, but Lex is not the one to be giving advice on this type of thing. Banzi, you have me on the phone now while cooking. Ooh, what you making? I need to go eat some lunch right after we finish this. Just wanted to let me know that you love listening. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And you appreciate my content, love, when you can catch me live. Thank you. I am glad whenever you pop in. It's always good to see you. And thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I personally believe that she is just talking about me to deflect from all of the Beck and Destiny, whatever. And
Yeah, we need to catch up on that, but the videos are so fucking long, and I don't have a lot of time.
And I feel like I wouldn't say I'm not well perceived by most. I would say that it's pretty half and half, okay? I've seen a lot of crazy things being said about me, negatively, but I've also experienced a lot of positive. But anyways, I'm saying that
there's always going to be both sides. There's going to be people that are like, I don't care for it. There's going to be people that are like, yeah, I love it. That happens with any channel and any person. You're going to have people that care for you. You're going to have people that don't care for you. It's going to go both ways. You just make the content that you want to make for the people that enjoy your content. And the other ones can fuck off, right? I'm one of those people for Alexis's channel that could go fuck off. Clam and mahi tomatoes. Ooh. I don't eat seafood or fish, but I'm sure for you that would be delicious. The brows. Kind of like how Amber keeps giving dieting advice. Like, yeah. If Amberlynn were to succeed, we could take her advice.
This because I feel like Amberlynn is using me as a scapegoat because she knows, like, I'm not well perceived by everyone.
How is she using Lex as a scapegoat? Lex is using Amberlynn to earn money on her YouTube channel and just trying to spread tea. So Lex probably loves it when Amberlynn mentions her in the video, because then Lex can make a video about it and earn income. Because she's going to run out of shit real soon.
So, like, you know what? Let's make Alexis look stupid. Let's call Alexis fat.
It doesn't take much to make you look stupid. I don't know if she called Lex fat or not. She may have been implying that Lex did not look good, that Lex didn't look like her pictures. People were saying really horrible things about Lex's appearance. Oh my god. About Lex's appearance when those photos came out, because Lex did look pretty big in those photos. It could have just been the angle, I don't know. But she looked bigger than what she did in this picture that she posted earlier in the last video.
And let's, you know, call her a creep and make her seem like a weirdo, which maybe I am, but
maybe
I just really think she's using it to deflect, and she has nothing more she can say about Beck, because every time that she says something about Beck, the audience is so in favor of Beck that they're just, you know, tearing her a new one, and rightfully so. And you know what?
Not everybody, though. Some people in her chats and in the videos are like, yeah, we don't care for what Beck is doing right now.
I wasn't going to make a comment about this because I just don't feel like I needed to, but I'm going to right now. I'm going to. Amberlynn, you have a lot to say about a lot of different people for a woman that couldn't shower for a year and backed it up on a sink with a washcloth on the corner of it. Okay, like...
And there's no need to bring these things up. There is no need to bring this shit up. I will say that saying these types of things does seem very fat shamey and almost in an ableist kind of way. Now I don't know if any of these things are true, and I still haven't seen Beck's video where Beck alleges these things. But in what world is it okay to make fun of someone because they can't wipe their ass very easily because they're big, or because they had surgery and they can't move enough to reach their butt and they need some help with that? In what world is it okay to make fun of somebody for that? And what kind of a partner, if you loved that person, would come out 4 or 5 years later and try to spread this as tea about the person? I hope I'm never in a relationship with somebody like these people, with somebody like Beck, with somebody like Destiny, with somebody like Amberlynn. Amberlynn hasn't been spreading as much, but just because of Amberlynn's other issues. I hope I'm never in a relationship with somebody like that, because that would just be heartbreaking. To have a partner that you loved, and whenever you were having these rough times, that you needed a little bit or a lot of help with some of these basic hygiene things, to come out years later just to try to make you look bad on the internet and spread these things. How embarrassing. How just it doesn't make the person spreading these things look like a good person.
I really don't feel like you have any place to judge me.
I see the brows. Lex doesn't look... I don't think Lex looks bad at all. No, Lex doesn't look bad at all in my opinion, but...
Or to shame me, or to make me feel less than. I might be a lot of things, but you know what I am not? I am not you. And for that, I am...
You are not a good person or a good friend. None of these things that you have posted and spread make me think that you are a good friend to people.
So grateful. Also, one more thing I wasn't going to talk about, but I feel like I'm being provoked because you are so...
Oh, you're being provoked. So people could say the same thing about Amber. Amber's being provoked. People coming out saying that she had to use a washcloth on a sink to wipe her ass, or they had to bring her a bucket of water so she could bathe. How is that not provoking Amberlynn by spreading these things?
You're being so mean to me. You also got...
You're being so mean to me. Fuck off. Fuck all the way off, Lex.
Provoked because you're being so mean to me. You also got a lot to say for someone that when we were hanging out, you were huffing and puffing over half a block.
She's 500 fucking pounds. What do you expect? She's 500 pounds. Of course she's gonna huff and puff while she's walking. Are we going to shame her for that? Fuck.
Block girl. Like, I know I'm fat too, but I am not huffing and puffing over half a block. I am very physically able, okay?
And you're entitled to disagree, Brows, of course. You're entitled to your opinion.
And I can confidently say I've never needed a washcloth or anyone else's hands to wipe my own ass.
And good for you for never needing that help, Lex. It doesn't give anybody the right to shame somebody because they needed that extra help. Whether it's because they gained so much weight that they needed this help. Look at people on 600-pound life. They post some of the most embarrassing content of those people to shame them. And maybe that's what they need in order to lose the weight. And they went on the show knowing that was going to be shared. But Amberlynn has not shared these private, personal things. And it is uncalled for, in my opinion, to try to shame somebody for needing that extra help. Whether they put themselves in that position because they gained so much weight, or because they had a surgery, or for any other reason.
I think you're also partially mad about, like, the last video that I made because, I mean, I simply wasn't bashing you in the video. I felt like I was putting you in your place in a very respectful way, and
Oh, putting her in her place. Fuck off.
I think that you can't handle that level of emotional intelligence, and you also can't handle constructive criticism. So if I were you...
She is very bad at handling constructive criticism. She's gotten a little better at it. She can take it from me a little bit, it seems. But from other people, she isn't as good at taking it, it seems.
I also would have been really pissed about that too. Also, the song/music video I made about you, can I get a live reaction to that?
No, because it's fucking...
I've had a couple of comments.
I think I have her sped up. No, I have her on normal. That was a regular speed laugh.
Like, saying that a live reaction from you to that video would be great. And can you do it in the really fun way where you, like, hold up a laptop next to your face because you aren't smart enough to figure out how to put an overlay on your video and make a reaction video the way that everybody else does? So if you could just, you know,
I would love to see Amberlynn learn how to use, like, Streamlabs, like I'm using, or even just StreamYard, StreamYard is so fucking easy. I've offered to help Amberlynn learn to use these things. They aren't hard. Streamlabs can be a pain in the ass. As you've all seen me have issues with it. You've seen Treeboy Elia have issues with it. So Streamlabs can be a curve, but StreamYard is so fucking easy.
Up that laptop, hold it up next to you during the duration of that video. That would be really good. That would be really fun. All in all, Amberlynn, at the end of the day, I feel like I just really feel bad for you. I feel like who you are now is who you are going to be your entire life. I don't think there's a lot of room for growth. Like,
there's a lot of room for growth. Amberlynn has so much fucking room for growth. I think what Alexis means to say is she doesn't think Amberlynn can do what she needs to do to have that growth. It's getting dark outside. I think it's going to storm soon. But a lot of us would love to see Amberlynn change and grow, and we haven't seen that. I think the therapy will help with that. But Lex is trying to make herself sound like this holier-than-thou, I've done so much work on myself. Is OBS and Streamlabs the same thing now? No, those are two separate applications. Oh, there's OBS, and then there's Streamlabs OBS. I use Streamlabs. They're very similar. Very, very similar.
Emotionally, mentally, and probably physically. So you can continue to say whatever you want about me in your live streams that are behind a paywall that I personally refuse to pay for. But I promise you are not going to shake me. I promise you are not going to make me cry. I promise you are not going to make me feel bad about myself.
I don't think Amberlynn is trying to do any of that. I just don't know what Lex is gaining from any of this. Oh, I ended our friendship because it wasn't giving me what I needed. Oh, Amberlynn's a bad person. What is she gaining from any of this? I don't understand. I mean, other than income. It makes her look like a bad friend and somebody that would possibly be a bad partner, because if you rub them the wrong way, they're going to go off and start spreading things about you to other people.
And I know that you're only doing it because, one, you're trying to deflect, and two, you hate yourself. So, but like I've said before, the only way that you're going to be able to change that is by stepping away from YouTube and getting a therapist. Well, that's all the time I got today. If you guys liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I would like to thank everybody that has watched this video and everyone that continues to watch my content. Okay, bye.
I'm getting stuffed up. Yeah, I am so unbothered by any of this that I'm going to make a whole video about it. Let's see, what do we have here? We have, see, Banzi says, I don't like ALR at all, but it does make me uncomfortable with that intimate of an embarrassing detail being spread online to thousands of people. Yeah. Sai says, I was a certified nurse. He says, I did not know that you were a CNA, and I had to wash and wipe people. I would never dare make fun of nor talk about them. And Browse disagreed. It's fine. It's Chris at Breach. Banzi, I was an in-home caregiver, and I had to do everything. I loved the job, though. I love elderly people. And Sai says, so do I, Banzi. The stories they tell, whoa. Yeah, there's some good stories. Banzi, gosh, Lex's smug tone, it bothers me too. She's making it sound like she's so much better than Amberlynn, but she's not, you know? She's really not. So I imagine waking up to that laugh, and my nightmares, my paralysis demon. Yeah, it's Chris. I think ALR has nowhere but up in regards to growth. I agree. Attention, desperate for, yeah, I agree. She wants attention, and she's getting the attention. She has almost 7,700 subscribers. She's at 7.69k subscribers. So good for her. Good for her, I guess. But yeah, it is 2 p.m. I need to do some work. Yes, I need to do some work today, and I need to have some lunch. I am hungry. So, I think, yeah, so we saw Amberlynn's What I Ate Today. I already shared all that information earlier from that video. You can go back and watch that. And then we watched Lex's videos. So, now we have Beck and Destiny to catch up on. eventually. Tomorrow is D&D for me. Possibly. We may not play tomorrow. Because our DM wants to take a break from DMing this week. So if we aren't able to do a different session, then we aren't going to play. And if we end up not playing, then I may stream tomorrow night. So we'll see. And then Tuesday night we have Amberlynn's live stream. And she has an upload tomorrow. I believe Amberlynn is uploading tomorrow. But yeah, I think, oh, that deep breath hurt. I hope you all have, hey, Stitch and Stream, are you streaming today? I may play some Stardew Valley tonight. But I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. If you are in areas where this storm is passing through, please be safe, because it's going to be a nasty one in a lot of areas. So I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Why am I not seeing y'all's... I'm not seeing y'all's... I'm not seeing some of your... Oh, there they are. Oh, it's starting to thunder here. I just heard thunder. So yes, if you are in an area where these storms are passing through, please be safe. Don't mess around if your sirens go off. Check where the storms are and be safe. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the night. Thank you all so much for being here and spending some of your time with me. And yeah, I hope you have a good one. And until next time, be safe and take care.